Right guys, we are back. Right. Okay. We are back again. I hope. Hopefully you guys can hear me and we're all good. We've got one more thing to do. Get that out of the way. Right. We're back. I hope. We're not having much luck tonight. But anyway. Right, open. Okay, what are you going to have broken? Okay. So it looks like we've lost. What have we lost? Well, we've not lost that. This is okay. Need to reset it up though. Destination. Fire. Fire spotted is there. Okay. And then we're going to have a task. Move to there. Okay. And what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have one more thing. Actually, do we? We really don't. What we could do is we could do it in here, right? And we could just set the enum in here. Okay. So parasite state. So we're going to say parasite state, and that is going to be a blackboard key selector. Public, save all. Then we're going to get that. Then we're going to say set blackboard value as enum. We're going to plug this in. Then we're going to make this bigger for you guys. We're going to go with 1.3. close that down. We're setting our enum e-parasite literal enum parasite state. Idle to go. Plug that in there. That in there. Okay. So this is basically going to just reset everything. It's going to lose. It's not going to lose the fire thing. Right, I suppose we could do that as well. Right? But it doesn't actually matter. We'll just do save. Right? So if we go back here. So when we run this, it's going to set everything back. Right? And then it's going to move to. And then it's going to be set to idle at that point, right? So it's just going to go back to this, which is basically just selecting a new position. And it's just going to go with that. So, what we want to do is we want to press play, except that's not going to work because we're not on the test map. Okay, so we're going to have to go to maps, test map, and dismiss that. Right, and now we'll just put them there. Okay, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just run about, and we're going to have to watch how he reacts to things like fires that are lit. Okay, so we're not going to hit a breakpoint until we actually do this and light fires. Right, so he's not going to react to that yet, okay, because he's not facing it, so it's not going to affect his line of sight. Okay. Right, he doesn't seem to be doing anything about that either, which is kind of awesome. So we'll switch this on. Okay. Now, the interesting thing here is, why is it not? I'm going to add a breakpoint here. Hi, thank you for putting up with this. That was my power strip going out again for some reason. Alright, you're working, what is it you do? And I want this. And I want to enable that. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's okay. We do want it to check that, right? We'll run over to this one and switch it on. Okay. And I don't, actually, you know what? If I press E, or press A, right, I can, it's not going to save the game, is it? Because I haven't started it from an actual game. Ah, damn it. Right. Wait a minute. So that's not right. Straight away. Okay. So that's probably what's causing that issue. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the begin play. Right, now this should not. Well, yeah, I mean, these big companies can't keep making absolutely horrific decisions and continue to think that everything's going to be fine. The only reason that the likes of why is Microsoft buying Activision? Right? You can only really think that it's doing that because, well, or Activision wants to sell because they can't see increased growth. And all their cash cows, all their live service games and all the store stuff that they sell is all getting clamped down on, right? So all of these big huge companies basically they really pretty much stopped making games, right? It was very rare that these companies would come out with, you had your FIFA, right? Okay, I'll give you that, right? So you had FIFA every year, right? But most of the time, any of these other games, they didn't really have that, right? It was like different projects all the time, and then Ubisoft went down the same road with like Assassin's Creed, right? And Assassin's Creed was was never that hot of a title, really. I mean, it did well, but it wasn't a Call of Duty, it wasn't a FIFA, right? And it didn't have the monetization options that those two had, right? And then they weren't coming up with anything original. So, most of these big, huge companies now, it's not the main company that comes out with anything particularly innovative or original or whatever. It's like the smaller things that they have. Yeah, it's like Assassin's Creed. It doesn't need a game every year, right? It's not that much of an interesting game to need that. Right, as I said, for the likes of FIFA, you can understand it because that's how football works. You've got your seasons, every year it's a new, the transfer markets, all of that stuff, you know. And Call of Duty, you've got, well, that was always done every year, but it was always done by two different companies, right? It was like alternate years. So that's how they did it. But as I said, Assassin's Creed, and then I don't know the last time I played a Ubisoft game, right? I don't know the last time I played a big budget game. And I know I'm in the minority here, but if I never saw another FPS again, I'd be quite happy, right? What you got to remember, 50 gaming, you got a point, yeah, they're advertising Division 2 for $3, right? But it probably, at the end of the day, FIFA, EA could sell FIFA for $3 and they would still make billions because that's not where they make the money, right? They make the money off the in-game sales. Right, so we'll try this again. I don't know why it's doing this. I mean, in Ubisoft as well, I've got the reputation now that all their games are the same. It's like, all these tower things that you've got to go up and climb up towers. It started in Assassin's Creed and basically they just put it in every single game because they thought, oh, everybody thought the Assassin's Creed games were good, so it must be good. But it was probably the most crap part about Assassin's Creed. Right, now, I don't know why wait a minute. Wait a minute. This might be because... No, it's not set to auto-register. As I said, if I never played an FPS again, it wouldn't bother me. But then again, I was never an FPS guy, but that's a different story for a different day of why I missed the FPS bus. Right, I tell you what. I'm not going to worry about that for now. Okay. Because this object here it's a different fire. It's not the original fire that he sees. Let's stop that for a minute. Right, he's seeing BP Fire 3. Right? Now, if we move to BP Fire 3, it's the one over here. Now, I'm just wondering, if it's, is it set? Okay, hang on a second. Details. I want to see, it's not auto register at source. So, I don't know why it's doing that. I'll need to do a bit of investigation on this one. Now, in theory, these are all lit. Ah, it's because I saved it. Now, you see that's actually working because he's walking straight away from that fire. Nah. No, never had any education on it at all. Well, sorry, I've had 40 years education. Or, no, I'll rephrase that. I've had 45 years education playing computer games. That's my education. Okay, so he spotted another fire. And it's BP fire. Now, I don't know why he's spotted BP fire. Unless that one is BP fire. Right, but it appears now that all of our fires are too fiery. The only book I've ever read on any kind of game stuff is what do you call it? The Black Art of Windows Game Development in Visual Basic. Was it? No, it wasn't Visual Basic. Or was it? It might have been. But it was called The Black Art of Visual Basic Game Development, I believe. Right, now, one of our problems now well, it's not really a problem. We're going to have to delete our save game. Right, save games, where are they? In fact, you know what we should do here, right? Okay, that's fine. I'm going to let him be there, right? But the interesting thing is going to be if we like put them over here, right, and then just basically start the game and watch them. Right, we'll bring him over a bit so that he's actually on the map. Right, and what we'll do is we'll jump up the ladder. I don't know, most things, I mean, yeah, read it. If the guy, somebody says it's good, then I'm sure there's something in it that might be of interest. Right? He's spotted something. I wish I'd seen him. Right, I can only suggest that he saw... Right, apparently he keeps... And that's because I've set max aging to something ridiculous. Right, so basically we need to do something about that. Okay. So in our AIC controller, this, oh, that is at 5. So that shouldn't be firing and firing and firing. Okay, whatever. Right, but basically he should stay over there somewhere. And the animations are really screwing him up. And I'll tell you what we'll do. Right, we're going to duplicate him. And I'll tell you something else we're going to do. Not only are we going to duplicate him, right, we're going to change his animation. Right, so he doesn't do what he's doing. Because he's bloody well annoying me. Right. This walking forward just won't do. Right. So you can go up there. I'm going to click on you and you're going to get deleted. Right, I want you deleted. Right, thank you. So we want a walk where he walks in place. So that's it. We'll go with that. Right, I hate when it does this, by the way. Right, and actually, this one needs to go. That's the one we want. Save that. Right. Press play. It'll be interesting to watch these guys walk about actually. And we do want to actually stop them, like being in perfect sync with each other as well. Right, we want to see when this guy gets... Well, they're way over there. Will we climb up? See what this dude does when he actually gets to a fire. Now that might have been it there, but we've obviously need to do something here to get them a bit closer, right? And then do something about right, so what we want is these guys over here. Right. And we don't want them okay, we might have to do something about them, but we'll put them there just now and try that. Right, now they shouldn't Hey Tarkov Mike, where'd they go? Right, here they're here. I wanted one to walk around this way to see the fire and then walk the opposite direction. If he goes around this corner, right, and sees that fire, right, now I don't know if he's got line of sight yet or cone of sight. Right, now if you see where he is and the way direction he's walking, you'll see he's walking directly away from the fire, so he actually got affected there, right? He definitely got affected there. So that is definitely working. How are you tonight, Tarkov Bank? Hopefully you're well. Our guy way up there is fine. What we should really do to test this, and then it would be fun because you would have to tell me, right? What I'd have to do is like make him scream or something. When he sees a fire. So that I know when they're affected by the fire. But I know he was affected there because he moved directly away from the direction, because you can tell if they're going straight out directly away from the fire, then they've basically been, that's the AI doing that, telling them to move directly away from the fire, which is exactly what we want, right? But it's like you kind of need two perceptions here, right? Because you want them to be able to see practically 360 if they're looking for a fire, but you only want them to see like 60 degrees cone if they're looking for the player, right? So I'm going to have to think about that one and how to combat that. Right, I suppose what we could do here, right, is I could put a breakpoint in here, which it has, but for some reason it didn't fire. Right, you see this guy, he's coming over towards one of the fires. There's the fire over there. There's the fire there. For some reason, these guys are really struggling. Or maybe it's just the way it looks. But I'll tell you what we could do, right? Easiest way to fix this. The most easy way in the world to fix this is if I go into our zombie, get the character movement and make him walk really fast. So it's going to look stupid, but we'll get some results. There he goes. Yeah, this is where it gets like Goat Simulator. Because these guys are going to go ballistic. Got that guy over there. Right, and he's going to go racing towards wherever he's going. Right, hopefully he goes straight here. Here he goes. Right. Now, I don't know why he's not seen that fire. That's because that's the wrong boss. That's not the guy I'm worried about. That's a different bad guy. It's this guy over here we're worried about. Right, and his idol is basically crap. Right, and that's why they're kind of moving the way they're moving. Right, but the thing is, we want him, come on. How come monsters never move where you want them to when you've got them set to random movement? Right, he's coming over here. He probably still can't see that fire yet. Right, you can definitely see that fire. I'm not buying that. Right, I'm not buying that. And of course, this might be interfering right now. Because if I'm loading a save game, I need those fires to be lit. Now we know for a fact it definitely worked once. Well, we don't know for a fact, but the evidence that I saw kind of said that it did. So let's see if our zombies, right, it's kind of coming this direction. Wait a minute. Wait. Ah! I've got a horrible feeling. That we are not setting the E state. What we're setting is the bull. Right, in here. No, we are setting that. Right, okay, let's add a breakpoint. And let's go in here. Right. Check this. Is equal to fire spotted. Okay. And on value change, both. Save. Go. Right, you might not be able to see it there. You did see it there. Where'd they go? Right. So he's definitely seen this, okay? So we need a breakpoint here. Right? Resume. When that changes, okay, so this is the fire spotted. That's the wrong bloody name. That's that should be parasite state. Right, so that'll explain it. This is the one thing about Unreal Engine, a lot of settings, a lot of things you can easily muck up. Right? Now you gotta remember here, we're only watching one behaviour tree at a time. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for which one actually gets activated. Okay. Tell you what. If in doubt, make some more. And of course none of them come this way. That would be a silly thing to do for them. Oh, we got some in. Oh, there we go. So something got sent in another direction there. Right, I'm going to disable this. So this is definitely working now. Now we don't know which one got sent where. Yes, it looks like I found the problem. I had named the enum wrong. I had still left it at fire spotted when it should have been parasite state. Right? Now the interesting thing is, okay, there's somebody getting sent away again. There he goes. Right, so there's guys getting basically, now this makes sense. Right, these guys will all gradually be staying away. Right. Now this guy over here, if he turns towards us, now there's no guarantee you would have seen the fire there. Now that's the wrong type of monster. You can tell because he's stopping properly. We've got a guy here. He probably can't see that fire yet, but if he goes close enough and over that hill, he's actually coming towards us at the moment. He's idle. Nah, that's not right. He should have been... But then he did go in the opposite direction again, straight away there. I mean, they aren't... There's nobody walking close to one, right? Put it that way. That's what I'm getting at here. There's nobody walking over to a fire, right? This guy doesn't count. He's a mutant. He's not a parasite, right? But you'll notice that they've never went very close to a fire. Right? So I'm going to call that a win. Right? I'll do a bit of testing offline once I'm done. Which I'm probably going to do shortly because I need the animations proper. Instead of I need the animations rooted in place and not the way they are just now, which is they're moving basically. But yeah, as you can see, there's none of these guys getting anywhere near the fires, right? And you would expect them to. You would expect some of them to be over this side by now, right? So I'm going to carry on testing this, right? I don't want to bore you guys by sitting at when I do another 6 of these and then just watch to make sure they don't come near the fires, right? So if you've enjoyed the stream for tonight, hit like and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow 2 PM as usual. Hope some of you can join me. I know there's a few people watching, so we hope to see you there again. Check out the description. We have links to the Discord for the game and my own personal Discord, plus link to my Patreon to support the channel, and my game on Steam, which is only $1, a little tower defense game that you can have a bit of fun with. And as I said before, it's on sale, $1. Support the channel and get a game out of it. So thank you guys for watching. I shall see you tomorrow 2 PM Central. Bye bye for now.